Right, time for Joy News Interactive, and Aisha is here. She's going to be taking us through it. Good evening to you, Aisha.
Good evening, Israel. It's being a State of the Nation Day.
Special.
Special. And of course, a lot of comments are coming on the. No, it's been mixed. I mean, there are those who like the statement, there are those who also feel there are some loopholes that needs to be filled. But all in all, I think I'm just eager to see the 2017 budget. That's all I need to see for now.
It should be out in about 10
because I'm
days.
salivating after listening to the president. I want to know what next.
You know, it was interesting. Some of the some of the minority MPs were asked to rate the State of the Nation address, they gave a 6. 6 out of 10, which is impressive, actually.
It's very impressive. I mean, coming from the minority side.
Yeah, if the opposition marks you 6 out of 10,
you're up there.
Yeah.
And of course, it's going to be a State of the Nation interactive segment. So you know how to join. It's on facebook.com/joynews-on-TV, and on Twitter is on Joy News on TV. You know the rules of the game. No harsh words. Let's have a beautiful conversation. Don't forget that chilled fruit juice by your side whilst you interact. Now, President Akufo-Addo today delivered his maiden State of the Nation address barely 2 months in office. The president's address was preceded by lots of expectations from Ghanaians, especially on how the Akufo-Addo-led government intends to tackle some major challenges facing the country, including the economy. Now, from whichever side of the coin you find yourself, I believe you have your own impression about the address. So tell me, did the president meet your expectations? Which of the subjects the president talked about appeals to you as the most important?
To me, I don't think the free thing is going to help as a nation. Just we want quality education, education that will help, you know, people from the secondary sector. To me, free can be quality. If you are giving your free education, ask for the quality. Even sometimes when you are going to buy something, someone says, "Oh, it's free, take it." Sometimes you have double minds. You feel like, okay, how quality is this? You know, how well? Even when it's low cost, imagine how.
So I first want to talk about the time factor. You know, he made mention of the fact that, I mean, as a nation, we have to be time conscious. And then I heard him saying that, I mean, in summary, he was saying that we have to, I mean, respect time. Most of the time, you set time for programs, say 9, and we end up coming around 10, 13, 11, and all that. So for me, that was very, 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 very important. He was an example this morning. He came very early about the restoration of the allowances, that the teacher training and the nursery training. You know, it is a good thing. He said he's going to take effect from this academic year, I mean 2017-2018. Fine, it's a good thing. The issue that, the question that many people are asking is how, I mean, where, how do you call it, the funding and all that. But for me, I think that he promised that he was going to restore, and if he could honor his word, if he will see to it that is done, for me, I will give him thumbs up.
Oh, the most important thing was he's trying to fix the economy, and that's what we need. And squandering of the government coffers, that's what we don't want. We want them to fix all the loopholes that people steal monies. What he said, and I was so interested, is about to make sure the foreigners doesn't invade us without paying taxes. They should all pay taxes. You should check the harbors. The people are making too much money and the government is not getting it. So we need all the monies back into the government coffers, all right?
All right, interesting comments from the streets. Let's check what's on our Facebook page. Israel.
All right, so Nisanya just says it's a natural talent of every Ghanaian working in Ghana. There is one excuse why we shouldn't be late, but 1,000 excuses why one can be late. I think the best way to get it right to the Ghanaian is to tell him it's a sin to be late, and you will burn in hellfire for that. Judicious Udro says, I think it's time for our leaders to set an example for their subordinates to follow, since the problem has been identified. Because in most events I have covered, what I've noticed is that it takes a long time for our leaders to show up when you get there first. So nothing will boost me, uh, boost me for me to appear early when they call for another event. Senior Kwejo Sapon says this is an unfortunate trend in the country, especially in the public offices or among civil servants. I would allude this to the fact that the Ghanaian, right from basic school, develops these values, lateness. It goes on and becomes normal because no one.
Now, Prince Nordin Baumia says, we seem not to appreciate that time is precious and time wasted can't be replaced. Also, poor attitude is a factor, but the best panacea is stern sanctions. I think the messages are mixed up because our second issue actually has to do with the time issue that the president raised. He talked of we stopping, putting a stop to the Ghana time. Yeah, he wants us to be punctual. And so we asked people to comment on that as well. So you can see that the messages are mixed up. So try and read all of them together. Now, okay, so let's take the blog on the time issue. Then we can take both messages in tandem.
You know, sometimes they think when they get there early, the place wouldn't be set up. So the best is they will sit in the house, and then when it's, let's say, getting to time, then they get there. They will wait till people come before they go. Because when I go there and the place is not set up, I'm going to sit there alone and in, Ghana time. If I'm supposed to go 10, I'll be there, let's say 10:30.
That has been a notion from my childhood. People say, if you are given 6 p.m., you have to get there at 9 or maybe 12, because when you get there early, no one will be there for you to feel bored. So, yeah. But for me, I don't think Ghanaians are supposed to do that. For example, my Rotary Club, we've taken to ourselves to all the time be on time. So whenever we have meetings, we are supposed to get there 15 minutes or 30 minutes earlier than the time, yeah. We should change that GMT notion in our heads. Yes, we should know it is a thing of a past.
I don't know whether it is in our blood or not. We should change our life towards that. Because if you go to function lately, that means you don't know what you are going to do. If you go early, and then the person who is coming to chair the function to come very early, then we know that that person is serious. But if the person who is coming to chair the function late, maybe you think that the person who is coming late, so me too, I'll go late. So if the person who is coming to chair the function, if the person comes early, then people who is late, they know that, oh, if this man is here before me, what am I going to do? Then people who will come out, they should change their mind and go to that function before the person who is coming to chair the function.
All right, so people agree that we should put a stop to the GMT thing. Let's check what people are saying.
Okay, Frank Addison says his education we must give and continue to motivate workers. Work becomes boring when bosses threaten to impose harsh behavior or sanctions on subordinates. So lateness becomes as a result of so many factors. Mate says President Nana do all, but he painted the previous government too much. We voted for you, President Nana, to fix the broken indeed. We must change our attitude towards work, government, and meetings. Bayer Jeremiah says no one has been punished for reporting to work late. Attitude towards certain work and programs are bad. People should be punished whenever they report for work late. And Salifu says we lack good role models since beginning, so it keeps passing through generation to generation. Most times in programs, the spectators will go early and wait for long, only for the dignitaries to come late. So we now developed a behavior of let's wait because the dignitaries would not be there right now. I believe military training for every citizen will change our behavior towards time.
All right, so those are some comments from the streets. And finally, okay, this on our Facebook page. Finally, it's indeed sad and worrying how a viral video showed a young woman suspected to be a thief being lynched and stripped naked in Kumasi by an angry mob after she was accused of stealing. The mob did not only beat her up, but also humiliated and harassed her in a manner which has gotten most people, especially gender activists, angry. Now, over the years, it has been a common practice for people to take the law into their own hands and lynch any suspect. Well, I know it might be a bit uncomfortable to admit, but you be sincere with me and share with me if you have ever joined a mob assault on anybody and why.
Let's assume that I've worked over a couple of years for something, and you just use a second, a little minute, second to take it. You see that it's a lot of pain, so I have to let you feel the pains so that next time you won't commit that again. You understand? Yeah, so I'll beat the person, but not to the extent that the person will die. Yeah, I will let you feel the pains.
Of course, if the person is a thief there and they have the source, they have the evidence, they have the proof that the person is a thief, obviously, I mean, that's the power of the people. I mean, the area must tell the thief, here, there's no joking here. So that's why people beat. So they beat the thief for the thief to know that this area is no joke area. So when they find a proof and there's a proof that the person is a thief, obviously, yeah, they can do the beating.
So have you joined the mob to beat a thief up before?
Only one thief who came to steal my tea, and I caught the thief myself. So definitely, I mean, I give it to him very, very well so that he shouldn't come there anymore. Yeah.
So would you do it again if someone stole?
If you come to my house there and I catch you there, I'll do it again so that you don't come to my place. My place is not for the thieves. It's for me. So when you are coming to share there with me and I catch you, then I have to show you the meaning of the house.
One they say this man is thief. Everybody go rush and beat the person. But later we realize maybe the person is not the one who stole the works or who did that. And then maybe the person is passed away, died, or maybe it's owned, and you don't have nothing to do about it. So at least if you say somebody is thief person, we have to make sure this is what is stole, this is what you stole, and then that one we can beat you a little bit, or we can bring you to the police to detain you.
Like, oh, what you before? No, what you before? So for that, because I was once get snatched before, yeah.
So you beat the person up?
I just get there and just like boot him with my leg and go. Yeah, because when they take him to the police, sometimes, maybe he might get bail, he has families, someone will come and pay, yeah. So in that case, they have to touch out the body for him to feel like, oh, yeah.
Israel, that's a sad matter, but I tend to agree with the second guy who says that my house is not for thieves. So if you come there, I'll show you the meaning.
Well, I think that the house matter is different.
It's different.
But we're talking about mob action. You see something happening on the street. You see somebody being beaten.
I think the right person is the police to report to the police, not to take the law.
Some action like that, and you feel that you should take part in it. I mean, you're not affected in any way, but you just come in and maybe strike the person.
Because you've seen other people doing it. That's very bad.
When it may be the case that the person may be an innocent bystander.
I mean,
innocent. The person could even be innocent.
Of course, it's not all suspected persons that end up being criminals or
and I'm told
the ones
these days some of the tricks they use, the thieves actually use, is that they identify somebody and then they steal something from you, and then they say you rather are the thief.
So and then you see, and then
people pounce on you and beat you whilst they run off.
That's very bad. Let's see what people are saying on Facebook.
Kwesi Boateng says there should be no justification for mob justice, irrespective of the gravity of the offense. It's heartbreaking when you see Ghanaian youth of today practicing the Van Damme way of seeking justice. I have no intention of engaging in that action, and I condemn it. Muta Wakil says, I have never joined mob justice, but what I want to believe that some people resort to it because of the infinitesimal confidence they have in the security agencies, which for me is unacceptable. And Hartwell says, I think our security services are the cause of all these. How do you arrest a criminal and later you see the same criminal walking around you? How would you feel? It's about security. It's our security is not working. This is what, if our security is not working, this is what is going to happen. But to me, I won't support mob assault in any shape or form. For what I saw in the video about the lady being assaulted is barbaric and inhumane. The police should stop telling us that investigation is ongoing and that's all. They must prove to us that they can do the work.
And I always shun, says Nana Kweku Bibini Bakon, that I shun it when it happens in my presence. It once happened in my presence at Republic Hall at KNUST. It's not fitting of us as a civilized society and must be condemned outright. Those are the comments on Facebook. I'm not sure there's any video for today.
No, we don't have any video for today.
All right, okay, so that will be it for the interactive segment. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Have a great evening.